for a Better Best Podcast. It's your boy, Charles Beloved, and I am here with my, before we get into this, like, as someone who's carried two beautiful children, I'm setting this up, y'all.
No,
no, let me give you your
I'm like, for the good or the bad?
No, for the good. It's always good. For you look so beautiful.
Thank
I think
you.
that the light and the accents with the fuchsia, what color is this? Is it?
I think fuchsia's a good.
Fuchsia color is really hitting. I don't know about the superhero boots you got or whatever. What are those? But you look phenomenal.
Charles is annoying.
And I just wanted to give you flowers after two beautiful kids of mine so far. So
Woo.
let's hand it over to my amazing wife. This is Shireen Kuykendolls.
Okay, and your Beyonce Balmain.
You know, Balmain on the back. We're keeping it subtle in the front.
I was gonna say the
ready to wear beloved.
The Toronto exclusive capsule.
Ready to wear beloved. But I always try and give you flowers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got
not real flowers
because if you care to go to see the Thing Is podcast and how I got killed there, please do see our episode on See the Thing Is and the flowers. But like, you know, verbal flowers because you know, like
which is why I let the real flowers go because I get the.
Yeah, you get the those type of flowers, and I'm just like, I want to give you all of the flowers today. The name of this episode is The Decision, and I just want to continue to butter you.
It feels like you're buttering me up.
just like no. I'm just trying to be nice.
This is feeling a little inauthentic.
No, it's authentic. It's always authentic. The name of this episode is The Decision, and the reason why it is The Decision, hashtag no LeBron 2011 or 12, whatever year that was.
It was older than that.
Nah, I was about there.
2012 when he made the decision.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
I'm talking when he did the interview.
Yes, it was like 2000, something like that. Miami, then back to Cleveland. Then yeah. Nonetheless, don't digress. You don't know anything about sports.
Google it now.
You can Google it. But the name of this episode's Decision because Shireen and I are actively in the decision-making process of having my girl. And so I want to continue to share flowers to her directly.
It was 2010. I was like, I know
okay, it was close. It was close. But I want to continue to give you your flowers until the right decision has been made.
I need to.
I hope y'all enjoyed my opening soliloquy.
Oh my God! All I know is we need to have a conversation with my mother, who has very strong opinions about this decision before this episode comes out.
Let's get into it. So obviously, our first ever episode was about my vasectomy.
Mm-hmm.
That has not changed.
It has not changed,
and it works. I can tell you that the vasectomy is vasectomying because
my period was a little one day late, and I said, is it still vasectomy?
I can confirm that things went well there. And, you know.
Then they're still going well. So, wait, before we get into I just need y'all to know that after the vasectomy, you're supposed to send a sample in.
Oh, yeah.
For them to test and make sure
I paid the $50 for the extra test.
For them to test and make sure there's no swimmies still in the water. How many months? It's been over. This man still has never sent the sample in. You're a child. Why have you not sent the sample in?
Well, because the way that you have to send that back to them is to do a certain activity.
He was like, I don't want to do it in a cup.
And then like put it in a cup. It felt weird.
So I told him, Charles, I will manage the cup. You just lay back and have a great time. I will manage the cup, the logistics.
I don't want to bring science into the happenings. And it's just so I just took another path to confirm that it worked.
The path is me not being pregnant. That is.
It's just, test it and see if, 30 days later you were good. And I can confirm now, 11 months, 12 months? No, longer than that.
No, yeah.
At 15 months in, no baby. So we're good.
Hopefully.
So, got the vasectomy. And now we're at a point where, Carter's older, 18 months. And, the snapback, y'all heard Shireen Govey is phenomenal. She's very
not
healthy.
Him making me pay for all these drugs to just fatten me up again.
No. That's I didn't know they were that expensive, by the way. Go back and reference that episode. But like now we're in a good, comfortable position. Carter's older to like actually have the conversation and do the actual steps that it takes to make this happen.
Do you guys want to know when Charles decided to tell me that he wanted to have a third baby? You probably don't even remember this.
I don't remember this at all.
We were it had to be, I think it was my final ultrasound for Carter. So okay. I'm like 37 weeks pregnant. I'm huge.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
And the tech has the jelly on my belly and the thing, and we're looking at the baby, and Charles goes, I think I want a girl. I was like, not now. Where the tech goes, yeah, we probably shouldn't talk about that this minute. And I thought he was joking.
No, it wasn't a joke.
And here we are.
It wasn't a joke.
Still talking about it.
It's still a conversation in our household.
So let's talk about your mindset, because
Orlando's laughing.
If you listen to season 1, I talked about how I prayed for Carter. I prayed for God to either change your mind or to change my mind. Like, make me good with one child or make Charles come around to a second child. How do we get to a third child? Because God, this is not what I prayed for. When we talked,
you asked and you shall receive.
I get intentional in my prayer. I said, Lord, I want 2.
Yeah. So obviously we were open about like the trials of adjusting to having our first child, and beloved was still wanting to be outside and and all of that. And then we talked about the transition to 2, and like, okay, it's a lot of work. Me shortening my trips, making sure I'm home. But I think a layer beneath that for me has been the fact that I just enjoy my home life. So much. Like, I don't want to go anywhere. I'm like enjoying being home with my beautiful nucleus, my amazing family. And I believe we have the capacity for one more. And, I genuinely made up in my mind that Carter was going to be a girl. Every sign pointed to it. It was like, the daughter drain your beauty. I was looking like she is looking a little shaky. I don't even talk about it.
Go to hell.
You look good. No, don't laugh. No, you look absolutely beautiful. Baby number 2. Which was nuts. So I was like, part of me was like, this can't be a girl, because like she's glowing. But every other sign pointed was like, oh well, first time you had more than 6, this time you did it. It was just like a complete 180.
The pregnancy was different,
of your operation. I said, oh, it's a girl. Oh, it's a girl. Yeah, maybe that must be long hair, causing her to cough. You know what I'm saying? So I just
long hair causing her.
You know what I mean? Like, so I built it up in my mind. And so
I agree.
It wasn't necessarily disappointment. We were genuinely happy, boy or girl. But I was like, all right, clearly my ability on my own merits to produce a girl is not going to happen. So we need to go to the lab. But my genuine excitement and enjoyment of the life that I lead 80% of the time, which is I work extremely hard. I spend time with my kids. I am at home. What I post on the internet is my 20%.
Yeah.
But my 80% of the time is a very boring life of me cooking and us playing video games and, hanging out with each other. I love it.
Are you crying on the floor because I'm leaving to go on my girl trip?
Yeah, because you got a lot of trips. We got bachelorette parties.
Bridget, 2 weeks.
I'm like, I know it's more bachelorette parties coming up and you leaving me. That's why we see, I got to get you pregnant, get you from outside.
Oh, God, no.
I got Orlando, Bridget. I think I need to shut her down for 10 months.
You're toxic.
But be that as it may, that's really what it is. Like, I think a girl would be the perfect finale to our beautiful family that we have created and a legacy that's going to outlive us. So that's the God's honest truth.
Zach, so whose sperm we about to use? How's that?
Well, it's going to be mine because I saved. I call it Save Children, but I don't
Save
know
the children.
They
in a freezer. They in a freezer in San Diego somewhere.
Literally a freezer in San Diego. And so 2 different types. It's the type that is more in vitro related. And then there's some that you could like turkey based.
Yeah, so
break it down more scientifically. I'm trying to share what the doctor told me.
This is the issue. There's a lot of things here at play because I will be the primary carrier, the primary parent.
Talk about it.
And the primary everything.
Well, that's why I give you your flowers, baby, because
Charles keeps telling people that he is breaking me down, and I'm like, Charles, if you change your mind today, and it's like, I'm good with 2. I'm like, great, Dr. Miami, here I come.
Yo, you're crazy.
So really, I am doing this because I love my children. I love being a mother. But this third baby is for my husband.
Wow.
And this is my ode of my love to you.
Wow.
Because if I had the choice, I will get back on Wegovy and go down and get me a tummy tuck and lipo. And I just want y'all to know, where's my camera, Orlando? When I get a flat stomach, y'all, I will be acting different. You don't have to say, yo, Shireen's acting. No, I'm telling you right now, I will be acting different.
You hear BK screaming?
Just no, I will be outside in a crop top. There's like, yo, we're at a baby shower. Why Shireen in a crop? Y'all gotta see the stomach I paid for.
You're nuts. You are nuts.
But yeah, essentially, so the timeline is also the issue because Charles is like, well, let's do it in 3 to 4 years. Who gonna do it in 3 to 4 years?
I needed a gap.
Who gonna do it in 3 to 4 years?
I just needed more of a gap.
In 3 to 4 years, I'm gonna be 40.
I like our first gap. We did a 5-year gap. And so if I had my way, Chrisette Michelle, it would be another.
So we needed to start younger. Gap. We needed to have CJ
so,
25.
But I'm comfortable with like the 2.5. And so that's why we're discussing and starting the process now.
So I have started the process because if I left it to Charles, it would not start.
I did the process. I put the.
Well, you had that part of the process you had to do because you were getting the surgery.
Okay.
You were getting the vasectomy. But he's like, so we're going to call, I called the doctor. I told him last year at the end of the year after Afrotech and we got through like our big push of events. I was like, January, I'm calling a doctor. And he's like, are you serious? I said, yes, because my timeline is next year. Like if it don't happen between 2024 and 2025, I got to be honest with you, it's probably not going to happen. God. Once Carter's out of diapers, I can't go back. Like he's getting a little bit more independent. He playing in his brother's room. I can, take a shower without having a baby in the bathroom. I'm loving this new life, and I don't know that I want to give it up. So I called the doctor in January. So essentially, Charles has vials of sperm saved, and we can use it to either go the in vitro route where they are basically going to make the baby in a petri dish. And they put that embryo in me, or we can go it's IUI where
IUI, that's what it's called.
They take the sperm and they just put the sperm in you. I don't think we can actually do IUI. We'd have to do in vitro because we want gender.
Right. Yeah, you could do the IUI if you're still leaving it up to chance.
To chance, yeah.
And I want scientific.
We need certainty.
Because I want to be explicitly clear. I do not want another son. I do not want another child. I want a daughter.
Y'all also want to know who's on my side with not having a baby? Charles Kuykendolls II.
I'm about to say CJ is over. CJ got his brother that he wanted.
CJ,
he's done.
Every time I ask CJ, do you want a sister? He chuckles. He goes, I think 2 is enough.
But son, it's not your decision. So thank you. But yeah, so we want to go the scientific route to guarantee.
The issue with going the scientific route is that there is no way to just assess Charles's sperm and say, this sperm is a girl, this sperm is a boy. I wish it was too. Yeah. So I have to go through IVF. We're going to do an egg retrieval, which we're probably going to aim for. I told Charles before the summer I would like to get it done, but we're going to do an egg retrieval. And the process with the egg retrieval is and once we start it, we'll do another episode and we'll tell you, like, as we're going through it, we'll keep you updated on this journey. But the process with the egg retrieval is it's injections for 10 to 12 days.
Sheesh.
And I have to go to the doctor every other day for them to check my hormone levels. So in that 10 to 12 days, I'll have to drive to the doctor 6 or 7 of them.
I'll drive you, baby. I'll do whatever I need
to
do.
I told Charles.
I'll do whatever I need to do.
We had the doctor's appointment. I told Charles, I said, so when do we have 3 straight weeks free? And he's like,
we're going to block the calendar.
He's like, why do I have to be home?
Oh, did I say, oh my God, yo, she trying to kill me, y'all. Bridget, don't make that face.
Bridget.
I have to travel.
Bridget Kelly.
For the sustainability of our lives.
He said, I thought
Orlando.
He said, I thought the shots was just you. What you need me for? So not only are you actually doing any work to put the baby in me.
Yo, this is crazy, y'all. I want to be clear. This is crazy right now. So no. I was just saying because I absolutely have to travel. But I was like, if you need me there for the entire 3-week stint, this is so important to me. I'll prioritize that. But I was like, can you get to the doctor? Just was just a question.
I said, I need you. I made it very clear. You need to be here for the 10 to 12 days of
for sure.
Of the injections.
I committed to that.
And the doctor was like, it'll be a few days on the front end, a few days on the back end. I'm like, those I can manage by myself. From what I understand with the injections, like there's bruising. I've heard from women that like, because you're basically injecting in the same place for 10 to 12 days. I've heard women get big black and blue marks. It, obviously its skin is sensitive and you're puncturing it over and over again. Charles, will you give me my injections?
I don't believe in needles.
Oh my God. So, y'all, do y'all see
No. I just don't, I'm just not a needles person. If it was like absolutely necessary, like, oh my God, if I don't do this right now, like I would suck it up. But I genuinely, is it like a needle phobia? Can I be?
Well, I've never seen you get blood drawn. How are you?
I don't look.
Oh, meanwhile, I'm like, y'all found the vein? I need to see.
I do not look at all for any needles. Even when you inject me, I look away. You see that?
Not with that little Ozempic needle.
I don't know. Needle's like I don't know. I just don't want to. Yeah.
So I will, me and Charles's mother, me and my mother-in-law will be doing the injections.
Thank you, Mommy. I appreciate you.
Charles will come in as needed.
Yes. More support.
And essentially, from how the doctor explained it to us, is like the attrition rate is really high. So she's like, let's say we are able to harvest 12 eggs. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean we'll retrieve 12. Let's say we retrieve 9. So now we're already down to 9 eggs. Then we get to the 9 eggs and we fertilize all of them, but only 5 take. Yeah. And then of the 5, she's like, y'all are even making the pool smaller because you want a healthy embryo and you want a girl embryo.
Yeah.
So she's like, of that 5, 3 are healthy. Like 3 are healthy and we want to use them. Mm-hmm. But 2 are boys.
Yeah.
So she's like, and which to me makes sense. Like we've never dealt with fertility stuff. But I was like, now it makes sense why people do so many rounds of in vitro, because it feels like you just kind of show up, you get the eggs, you fertilize the eggs. But I didn't realize that they die out so much along the way. Mm-hmm. So what if we fertilize and it's all boys?
Well, the Lord knows my heart and the desires of my heart, Orlando. So I don't know that scenario is one that is on the radar. But if they are all boys, I would really appreciate the efforts that you went through. Mm-hmm. But I would not be having any more.
So the doctor actually asked this, and I didn't ask you because I waited for today.
Wow, to blindside me on the podcast yet again. Bridget Kelly, what is she going to do when there's no podcast to blindside me on? Is she just, the information's never going to come out, Orlando?
We're
I'm really curious. Okay, cool. Let's do this here then. Great. Let's not do it at home in the privacy.
So we do a round of...
crazy.
We do a...
Thank you, Bridget, for acknowledging this is a violation. Go ahead.
Because I don't want to pre-pod. I want to get your authentic reaction.
All right, I'm listening.
Okay, so we do a round of in vitro. We get, healthy embryos. They're all boys. Would you make me do another egg retrieval?
No.
Okay.
I want to do that again.
I was going to walk out this door and walk out his life forever.
I mean, I don't know how many kids. I mean, I heard it's in the thousands. Like, it was a very healthy batch.
Yes,
from what
from what we understand, you got a lot of swimmers in the water.
Good,
but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. We could technically do another round.
No, I wouldn't. But then, would we then be open to going to surrogate?
No, I'm saying you don't. I still have to. It's not even about a surrogate. I would still then have to do another egg retrieval.
Oh, then this is not in the
fertilize new eggs.
No. Okay, because I thought there maybe we could. Okay, so you still have to get that part done before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, would you want me to do another round of egg retrieval?
I would not. No, we do it. Try it once. You have come along to being at the point of being able to do this. I'm letting you go. I'm letting you go to Dr. Miami. I'm letting you get your 6-pack and live a life. So.
We can stay married.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad I passed the test live on For Better Best Podcast.
So this y'all see me seeing Charles's reaction, so you know. And then so the other hurdle we had to get over was I have fibroids. I have like 5 or 6, and from what I understand, they're pretty big. The reason how we even got to the vasectomy was after I had Carter. Before I had Carter, I had an IUD. Mm-hmm. And after I had Carter, I went to my doctor and I was like, hey, girl, what's up? The baby's out. It's 6 weeks. Like, my husband looking at me. Can we do this IUD? And she was like, yeah, no, your fibroids are too big. She was like, they're too big and they're too close to your uterus. And she's like, I just wouldn't even feel comfortable going anywhere near it, trying to put an IUD in. And she was like, so we have to wait about 6 months to see if like they go down in size, So I came home and told Charles, I looked at him, he looked at me. I said, so before we start having sex.
But you waited till like the moments before, like.
Not the moment.
No. You was just you was doing the dance.
I mean,
I know she doing the dance. It was like it's been a long time since I had a first time with a woman, but I imagine that they stopped to say, "Are we using protection? Are we not?" And she introduced the fact that the doctor said that
at this point. It had been 6 weeks since the baby. We didn't really have sex about third trimester because I was too big. So anything at that point was the dance. Me just being alive was the dance.
Okay, cool. But my point being, you were like, we should talk about this.
We should talk about this before we actually start doing the dance.
Do I have your consent? Because if something happens here,
are you going to stand up for me and this baby?
So she introduced the fact that we might need to use protection.
And Charles is anti.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to hear my methodologies on that on a public platform. But yeah, especially at this stage of my life, like no.
I was anti the pill because I'm like, let's be honest. We got 2 kids. There's no way I'm remembering to take this pill every day at the same time.
Yeah. So it was like, okay, either you need to use protection or get a vasectomy. And I think that decision was made for me pretty clearly.
Well, there was so much you forgot there was so much back and forth about the decision because of this third baby. And I'm like, I don't want, this is maybe baby is not going to stop our life. And you're like, yeah, but what if? Like, Charles was standing on business. He had agreed to the vasectomy, but he was like, but what we doing about my third baby?
Right, how are we gonna?
He's like, how are we gonna get
call somebody and ask?
So before the dance happened, there was a lot of conversations. There was a few days of conversations before there could be any dancing. And it was a lot of back and forth. And I don't know what clicked in my head. And I was like, freeze your sperm. I was like, women freeze eggs. Freeze your do it in a cup and freeze it. And he was like, well, that's really actually smart. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll freeze the sperm. And he drove to, I don't know where you drove to because I didn't go with you.
It was a very, very rough day in my life.
I know, in that room by yourself with the magazines.
And the turn dial television.
It was a turn dial.
It was a very, Bridget, let me set the scene. She's screaming at home. I go in. It was not an older facility.
It was a nice facility.
The facility was modern. just so happened they slammed the cup down. And it was like, hey, the bathroom's over there. Take as much time as you need.
So you're in the bathroom. Is there a chair in the bathroom?
Can I get... Okay, I'm not in the bathroom yet. They didn't come in the bathroom with me. Okay. No. They just slam it, on the desk, out in the reception. Here's this, here's that. In the cup. Take as much time as you need. Some accoutrement there to help. They had some accent and some other things. And I was like, cool. Like, all right, it's a digital age, phone. Okay. So I go in, and I don't know. Maybe I'm making this up now in my head. Maybe I'm not, but the light was buzzing. I felt like
the light
only in that room just wasn't bright, y'all. And it was a toilet. It was a turn dial TV. I kid you not. And then it was like a chair next to the toilet.
How many asses have been on that chair?
And I said, I'm not sitting on either one of these things. And then it was like a rack of magazines. And I said, I'm not touching any of these things. So, you gotta spice it up in order to do the task. Mm-hmm. And I might have been in there like 45 minutes. It was just so much anxiety. It was not a fun experience. It wasn't something that I was looking forward to.
Why didn't you just use your phone?
Well, obviously I did. I didn't touch anything, but I just wasn't in the mood.
Well, yeah, I mean...
I was not in the mood. This was weird. So I was like, standing up.
Why didn't you just lie in the seat and sit down?
I don't know. It's just a very weird place. But because, man, I don't want to talk too much about this. It was just a traumatic experience, but I was able to see it through and get it done.
This is why the other doctor can't get his sample in the cup. The other doctor is paying for the mistakes for the facility.
It was too much. It was just a wild thing.
Yeah.
And I came out of, are you done? I was like, see, I gotta go. I never want to see y'all people again in my life. But yeah, it's in San Diego.
So we have been paying for the freezer storage space.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know the cup got to be about this little. Why does storage space cost so much?
Yeah, no, like, what was it, like $1,000 a year?
Yeah, your job covered it, but then you got laid off.
Yeah.
So they promptly came to us this year and was like,
run me my check. So we paid.
So
I wanted to store it y'all for 3 more years.
Oh, yeah. So he's like, let's store it for, I said 3. Why would
you got a discount. You got 10% off if you store it for 3 years.
I said, baby, I was like, we can store it for 6 months. Like, 3 years is I think we settled on 2.
I was
going to say 1 year. I was like,
if it don't happen now, it ain't happening.
And I'm of the ilk of it doesn't happen now.
She's standing on business in the year 2024.
Yeah, but the other thing was, could I carry a baby? So I have fibroids. This is what kind of brought us all here. So I told Charles, there's a very real possibility that we go in, and although I've gotten pregnant and had children, we had unlimited tries, right? Like,
yeah,
if it didn't work this month, okay, let's go back next month.
Yeah.
I said, here we will not have unlimited tries. It's going to be limited to however many embryos we get. So I was like, they may look at me with all my fibroids and say like, hey, she's not a good person for us to kind of inject these embryos in or to be the carrier of this baby. And I'm like, are you good with a surrogate? Like, are you good with a stranger carrying our baby?
Yeah.
And Charles said, yeah, pay that lady.
Yeah, I was open.
But
I'm open. But I
you
just
had
have rules.
I was gonna say, but he had rules.
I just have rules.
So what are your rules?
Why are you making it sound? I just have very simple rules.
It's simple. So one of my questions, I said, what if? Because a lot of surrogates are like they're married. They already have children. They may have a partner. Yeah. I said, so can our surrogate have sex?
Absolutely not. No.
Not with your baby?
Not with my baby. No. The surrogate needs to live in my house.
Live.
Absolutely.
So we need a surrogate, a single mom surrogate.
Locked into the room.
Locked.
Eating only strawberries. No, it's my daughter we're talking about.
We're going to get that lady from Taco Bell.
I would have no Taco Bell. No. I would have a different perspective if it were my sons, my boys. I love you.
Oh my gosh.
Live your life, get roughed up a little bit.
Roughed up.
My sweet daughter. No. There'll be none of her. There'll be none of the like. She will be under my guys and care.
So my sons
for the entirety.
My sons can get poked up in the head, but my daughter can't.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, that's just is what it is.
So Charles wants the surrogate to live with us. I said, that costs some more, right?
And listen, we're gonna have to figure it out.
Because also with surrogates, they have to, in order to be a surrogate, you already have to have a child. So. Who taking care of her baby while she living in her house?
A lot of people's going to be moving in.
Not a lot of people.
We just going to have to figure it out. Because I have to, I just, you don't know people. They can put on a great front. I'm one of the best interviewers there are. And I've gotten jobs that I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I'm not about to get the front face and then they go on home smoking a pack. No, not with my daughter.
That's aggressive. Smoking a pack.
I'm just saying, not with my daughter. So I will want, and I'm sure they're amazing surrogates. I don't want to minimize like the sincerity of it. But I'm just like, I'm nervous. Like if it's not you and I know how much you lock in when it's that time. Mm-hmm. Like the minute you know you're pregnant, you cut everything off. No salami. I don't even think you eat salami, but like no cold cuts, no this, no that. I'm doing this. I'm taking these things. I'm doing the walk. And if I'm not getting that from other said person with my daughter, I'm just going to have some real issues. So I just prefer them under my care and guys.
So I went to an appointment recently and that appointment to look at my uterus was terrible. If you have ever had, every woman here has had a pap smear. It was a pap smear on 10. It was poking and prodded, and she's like, I got to push they put the little thing on you, and she's like, I got to push it up further. She pushing it, the other lady pressing on my stomach. They're like, oh, I'm trying to see your uterus. Can you feel? I'm like, I can feel it. I can feel all of that. But essentially what the doctor said is that my fibroid is very close to my uterus. They are cousins, but they are not kissing. She's like, so I have no issue with you being a carrier. So we're here. I may or may not carry. Maybe while the surrogates carry, I go to Dr. Miami. Let's get it done.
What would your rollout be if they're laughing so much? If you were to have a surrogate, like what does the rollout look like when everybody visibly sees you half naked in crop tops and then your baby disappears?
Oh, I'm going to act like the dudes. Like, you know how dudes will be posted on Instagram and then all of a sudden they post a baby and they be like, my heart is here, my son, my daughter, like, this is who I live for. That's going to be me. It's like, bitch, you were literally just in Trinidad, half naked, bent over. Where did this baby come from? I'm going to do it like dudes who, they was out in the streets and then all of a next day, they pop up. Okay. They on Instagram with a baby. Matter of fact, so if we had a surrogate, would you, because we had a lot of debates about baby shower. Charles did not want to do a baby shower for Carter.
No.
But we are the community builders in LA, in our friend group. And we had, this was my petition to Charles. I was like, we have so many new friends that weren't a part of our life when we had CJ. And I know the question that's just going to repeatedly get asked is, when's the baby shower? When's the baby shower? I want to come to the baby shower. And I was like, and you're going to disappoint people and tell them there's no baby shower. Yeah. So, one, if we had a surrogate, I feel like my daughter deserves a baby shower, though. Okay. So I would want to we could just do a party. We don't even got to call it a baby shower. But if we had a surrogate, would you do a baby shower, and is she invited?
Okay, so this is a layered question. So first and foremost, the Carter, it wasn't a baby shower. It was a gender reveal.
Oh, God.
It was very specific about that. Baby shower means to shower one with gifts, and I just feel like we're blessed and privileged, and I was like, I don't want anybody to give me a gift. People still chose to do that, but I was just like, I don't think we need a baby shower. So I was very adamant about that. I did like gender reveal. People were very bought in to seeing whether or not I got my girl.
Should we do a gender reveal at the third baby shower?
To my point, we can do a gender reveal for the third event. And I made it very clear what it is. But I still want to shoot out pink and have everybody be excited for me finally getting my scientific God-given baby. And I think so long as the surrogate is adhering to the Kuykendall plan and rules.
Not the rules.
Of living with me, with her children, and eating strawberries. Listen, her man can sleep in the common areas.
Not sleep.
No.
This what a man can't sleep.
There's none of that happening. So,
y'all, Charles be knocked out. That man gonna sneak right into that room.
Yo, you're nuts. Don't put this in my head, bro. Like, we really are going through these decision makings. But no, sincerely, I would be open about it. Like, we're sharers. And so I would talk about that journey. You know what I mean? So I'm being facetious here, but I would absolutely have her included in everything. All of that and enjoy. But I mean, it probably will be a gender reveal though, as to be funny. Like,
no,
like everybody knows it's a girl.
I'm aligned. I absolutely want to do a gender reveal.
Pink in the air.
We did a gender reveal for CJ and Carter, so she gets a gender reveal. Yeah. I don't care that we do. Let everybody act surprised and cheer. Yeah. So the last thing that we kind of considered was I have always been open to adoption. Charles had to come around.
Yeah, I had to come around
on adoption.
Yeah.
So. We do all of this. We do everything. Embryos are all boys, or the one girl we have, maybe she doesn't take, and it's not a viable pregnancy. Would you be open to adoption?
Absolutely. Now, it wouldn't need to be an immediate thing, because again, if it were up to me, I would not have a daughter for another couple of years. But I understand timelines and how bodies work and all of that. So I've adjusted to your timeline under the pretense of you accepting what I'm looking for. But yeah, I would definitely be open to it. Like, I think that it would extend the timeline even further out than what I would have thought was acceptable if you were carrying. You know
so
what I mean?
I can agree to. Yes.
I might be 42 and be like, baby, we doing great. Life is good. Like, let's help add somebody to our family. So
if I don't have to carry, I'd be open to adoption in my 40s.
Okay, no, I'm like dead serious. Like I was like, I would for sure. Could be later in life, and like we could do this. We got to say like, yeah, let's bless somebody into this beautiful thing that we have created.
Those beautiful nuts.
I felt like I might as well have had a lot of technical tests on. I've been interrogated this episode.
Interrogated.
It's been a lot of questions. just want to be clear.
That's called an interview, right?
Okay, all right.
But yeah, so the Kuykendall empire is growing.
Potentially.
You see my deep gulp. It's growing. This is the last thing I'll say. Pregnancy was not easy for me. Yeah. Like, I posted all the pretty pictures, and I see so many women on Instagram, and they're like, I miss my belly. I was not that person. I did not miss my belly. I did not feel, it's a beautiful feeling to carry a child. I will never negate that. I am so grateful that I got chosen and I was physically able to do that. But it was rough. Like, I was sick. And Carter, I had just weird symptoms with Carter. Like, I had body odor. I had never experienced that. I had night sweats. Like, Charles was trying to cuddle me. I was like, I literally smell like I stink, and I'm not even trying to be funny, but please do not touch me because I'm so self-conscious right now. So to just think about the hurdle of doing that again, and your body, I was huge both times, and just like the physical tax and then the emotional tax of people constantly asking me, was I having twins? Oh, you're about to pop. I'm like, guys, I know, I'm big, I get it. So that's my message. Don't comment on pregnant women's bodies. Just say you're beautiful and move on. But it was just like, it was a lot of tax on me. So again, I'm doing it because I love you, and one of my goals in life is to make you happy. Aww. So I hope you know that this is my love letter to you, and I hope you know how much I love you, and that's why I'm doing this. Not you smiling like this.
Well, thank you. I just appreciate when you talk like that.
So let's see, guys. I don't know what month it is, but we are here. Let's see if this year we announce the baby. And y'all pray for us.
And then Shireen pop up in a crop top with
a baby. Don't ask no questions.
Don't ask no questions.
Mind your business.
The Better Best Podcast, episode 9, The Decision.